Paynesville Area Healthcare System serves the communities you live in. With medical clinics in Belgrade, Cold Spring, Eden Valley, Paynesville, Richmond, and Spicer, you are sure to find personalized care close to home. We truly are a small system with big services.
There. Hi, I'm Scott Staska, Superintendent of the ROCORI School Districts, and we're back to talk about a little bit of our construction project, give you an update. We're getting close to mid-October here, and just progress is going incredibly well. Things are moving along very, very well across the project. In the gym, of course, what we've seen before is that the floor has already been in place for a little bit of time. We're allowing that floor to cure. It needs to get down to about a 5% moisture rate or less, and so that will happen during the course of the winter and into next spring. And probably late next spring we'll be able to put the wood floor on top of it. But while it's curing, probably the big thing that's happening is that we're putting in the ventilation pieces and the lighting fixtures as we look at it. And so right now what's happening is all the ventilation tubing, the air movement work is being installed. Great big tubes going into the ceiling, and basically the issue there is to make sure that we have adequate ventilation and air movement. Another area that's making a lot of progress right now is in the commons area. As you can see, as we're here with the construction project, right now we're pouring the floor, the base floor, the concrete floor for the commons area. Today, in fact, a lot of it was poured. About half of the commons was poured today, and the expectation is in the next few days the rest of that will be poured and leveled out. The base floor there is a concrete floor, but on top of that will go some terrazzo. And so looking ahead in the project, the next piece is once the floor is in there and once it's cured a little bit, and as we get closer to the final pieces to it, they'll come back and they'll put a layer of terrazzo on top of that. And also in the north addition, we're working on still the internal workings of the locker rooms, the bathrooms, all of the physical education support areas, and lots of progress has been made there. As we look into the locker rooms, we can see that the interior walls are coming up. The office areas are pretty clearly defined in the locker room area, but the walls are up into the locker rooms, dividing off the areas where the lockers will be, and the showers and the lavatory stalls and those pieces. But the rooms are really taking a good definition at this point in time. The other area that is seeing a lot of work in the north area is the kitchen area. And again, over the last 2 weeks, concrete floor has been put in place there, which is now allowing us to build the dividing walls and break off the different sections to the kitchen. Obviously, there's areas where a lot of piping and tubing has to come in so that we can get water supplies where we need, in terms of like the kitchen cleanup area, where students will bring that back their trays, dishwashing area. A lot of the underground piping for the equipment that's used, the stoves, ovens, all those pieces is all in place so that that can be finished off as we move into that area. But right now what's happening is a lot of the walls are coming up. The whole area is really being defined so that each of the component pieces, the serving area, the preparation area, the dishwashing area, those are all being defined and identified as the walls are coming up for that part of the building. As we look at the middle school part of the construction project, again, tremendous progress is being made, and we're actually very, very pleased with the way things are happening here. Lots of nearly finishing pieces are coming into the middle school. As we look through the building and walk down the different hallways and areas, the rooms have been on the lower level. Top level is about 2 weeks behind, and again, probably our next visit on DigElog we'll be able to go to that top level. Stairways are going in right now. As we're talking, they're putting in stairways. We're about a day early from being able to walk up there, but the next visit we'll be able to go up to the upper floor and take a look at the progress that's been made there. On the floors, again, most of the rooms will have a carpeted floor for the regular classrooms, but in the science areas and some of the specialty areas, we are having a polished concrete floor, and we can see in the science area that the application is being made. A couple of them are already finished. The floor has been polished. They are covered with a covering right now so that we can do the rest of the work and not damage the floor. But we can see as we look at it, the spray is being applied, the polish is being applied to it, and we'll get a very, very, very nice finish to the science area with that. One of the reasons that we chose that polished concrete flooring is that in the long term there's much less maintenance that's required. It does not require all of the wax that a regular floor requires. There's no surface element that we need to put on it, no chemicals for cleaning. We simply wash it, and schools that have put it in have learned that it's a very, very low maintenance flooring type, and it reduces a lot of the cost for it. And so we're very pleased to be able to put that in a number of areas in our building project.